Welcome to Cocktails and Conversation. I am here with Aaron Maybin at the new outside bar at Azumi, and we're enjoying a cocktail on a lovely afternoon. So, Aaron, tell me what your favorite drink is and why. What did you order?
My favorite drink, especially when we're having dialogue and conversation in an intimate setting like this, is usually cognac and apple juice. It doesn't really matter which kind. Today, I'm sampling some Remy Martin and apple juice, and that's just it's always my go-to drink. It's something that I can sip on while I'm having conversations with friends, and it always puts me in a good vibe and a good space.
So Cam, the bartender, made me an umatini.
Shout out to Cam too.
I
This
know,
drink is great.
beautiful, and it's made with plum sake, vodka, and yuzu juice. So, cheers.
Well, I'll cheers to that.
Work around the food here.
That's good.
Often I'm asking people what they're passionate about, but that kind of seems rather obvious because you're doing things in every single thing that you're passionate about, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is there something that you aren't able to get to that you're passionate about?
I mean, so much, there are only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And, when you're teaching, for the first half of the day, and after teaching, you're usually going to some kind of community or art event, and you're also, selling books and art and all of this kind of stuff. It's a lot of things you kind of miss out on sometimes. The number one thing for me is just, family time. That's something that I prioritize, more than anything. So if I do have some free time and I don't have anything that's like pulling me in one direction or the other, just being around loved ones is something that I value more than just about anything else.
So you got kids?
I do. I'm a father of 4.
Ooh, how old?
My oldest is 8 and my youngest is 2. So, I got the full gamut. And
Do you ever take like a
my
day off
music.
where you just like aren't going to do anything, or you indulge in guilty pleasures like watching some favorite show on television that you know is like not really
at this
good for
point
you?
in the year, I usually don't have TVs plugged up in my house. I prefer reading to watching TV. So usually I'll be curled up with a good book somewhere. That's usually my go-to. I read a ridiculous amount of literature. So like that's like my guilty pleasure. But
So any particular types, favorite books, favorite authors?
I'm all over the place. I like everything from, Sister Soldier and Ta-Nehisi Coates to, Walt Whitman, and I don't really have a preferred style or interest. Actually, a lot of the books that I read are kind of tethered to the idea of activism and social justice work, history, learning history, and kind of understanding how historical context of society play into our lifestyles today, and kind of how we can use the knowledge of that to kind of not repeat some of the mistakes of the past and come up with some more progressive ideas for the future.
You're pretty open about who you are.
Absolutely, yes.
What would people be surprised to know about you?
Man, that's a good question. That's the thing with me being such an open book. It's not really too many things that people see. Like it's weird to me that people are still surprised that like I drink. When I do drink like socially, but I'm rarely out in spaces where like I can kind of like let my guard down and like relax. So if anything, people think that I'm a lot more serious than I really am.